Sometimes we can easily walk past a location that has a lot of history to it and not even know it. Our state capitol has a whole lot of spots like this, including a spot where countless people eat.
So the Minnesota State Capitol building was built in 1905. It included a German-themed Rathskeller dining hall right in the lower level. Well, it was designed with fancy murals and German mottos to honor the large population of German immigrants here. But in 1917, the designs were removed, some of them, the others were covered over. More than 80 years later, though, in 1999, a restoration project returned it to its original majesty.
We sent Minnesota Live photojournalist Bill Mideke to the Capitol to check it out for this week's must-see museum.
Hi, I'm Brian Pease. I'm the Historic Site Manager at the Minnesota State Capitol, and it's great to have you take a look at this important part of our Minnesota State Capitol. We're in the Rathskeller Cafeteria, and this is a space within the Minnesota State Capitol when it was completed in 1905. That is part of the original decor and function. Rathskeller is a place in Germany, and that's where this tradition goes back to, where they had a public gathering space or a public building where they would debate and, make laws or whatever it might be. The tradition was to build a restaurant in the basement of those public buildings. And so it was a place after all the debate and all the decisions had been made that people could go to the basement of that building and retire and have food and beverage and camaraderie as well. It's an important place for people even today to come and have some fellowship and conversation with legislators or lobbyists or the public. This is a display that the Minnesota Historical Society put together to tell the story of the Rathskeller. And it is an interesting story because during World War I and the forces of Prohibition in Minnesota were pretty strong voices. This entire Rathskeller were completely whitewashed, painted over. So it was just a white walls and white ceilings. And then we did a restoration repair of this space to bring it back to that original 1905 appearance. There are different parts of the building and the space that does have these insets that we were able to preserve the original stencil. And that would be something typical in a Rathskeller decoration was natural animals, trees, lakes, vines that you see here are grapevines and that type of thing. So it fits in that tradition, emulating what you would have seen in that German Rathskeller in the basement of that public building. Look in the ceiling, you'll see all these different things that made this a Rathskeller that it was very American, because you have not German eagles but American eagles, and you have years for our statehood and our territorial years as part of that decoration. And that's all amidst all these German slogans. And that was some of the controversy back in 1917 is you have German drinking slogans. So it was a double-edged sword for people pushing against alcohol consumption and also fighting the Germans in World War I. One of the goals we have as the Minnesota Historical Society is to keep the state capitol, our third capitol building, pretty much to appear as it would have when it opened up, because you have to look at not only the vision of the architect Cass Gilbert, but the importance of the architecture and the art, and how this building from 1905 even today is a functioning office building. And this is where all the laws that are being passed and signed by the governor become something that impacts everyone in the state of Minnesota.
Very cool. So Brian Pease is with us this morning in the studio. Brian, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. So interesting that they painted over it. It took me for a second to play along with, or to follow it, but it's because it was talking about drinking. Yeah. So it was more of a prohibition thing than anything.
That was a big part of it, yes. There was a wet and a dry argument going on in Minnesota at that time, county option, if you can have alcohol in your county or not. And so the forces were pretty strong to say, hey, we got all these German drinking slogans and something we don't want to espouse in our state capitol. Plus, as I had mentioned before, we were fighting the war with Germany, so it's like we got a double-edged sword here that's going to make it hard for us to keep these on display.
Yeah. I think it's incredible that it could have been whitewashed and then the restoration of it. You were involved in some of that restoration because you've been with the Capitol now for almost 4 decades, right?
Yeah, that's pretty sobering, but that is true.
37 years. Tell us a little bit about your time there and how you were involved in the restoration.
Yes, my predecessor was the one who kind of led the charge for that, but our role was, as the Historical Society, is to make sure everything is done properly, that the conservator is doing everything that should be done the proper way, and we oversee that work. And so part of my job at that time was to just come up with programming, because we did some events and some celebrations around the reopening of that Rathskeller cafeteria.
So the Rathskeller itself is not part of your guys' public tours.
It isn't, yeah. It's hard when people are eating down there to bring a group of 35 sixth graders. It's not very welcoming, but it's always available for the public throughout the year to come and visit and step there and look into the hallways and the ceilings to see the beautiful decorations.
It's been a minute since I've been to the Capitol building, but is there another cafeteria or dining area on top of that?
There isn't.
So that's just
it.
the main
was
dining
it.
area,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
And
Yeah,
used.
Yeah, and that was the main from 1905.
Yeah.
That was always where legislators or
Okay.
whoever was in the building would have their dinner or their suppers.
So people wouldn't necessarily see that on a tour, but maybe you can walk us through what people do typically see on a tour of the
Oh,
Capitol.
absolutely. Our state capitol is one of the great capitals of the United States. And so on a guided tour, it's about 45 minutes long. And our tour guides will bring you to the rotunda, where we have one of the largest self-supported marble domes in the world, the governor's reception room, the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court, all beautifully decorated, but also an important part of understanding what happens in the building. So we not only talk about the art and the architecture, but we also talk about the government process and what happens in that Capitol, and invite people. This is their building. This
Yeah.
is where they need to be to watch their elected officials do the work that you want them to do. And so it's a very public space and a lot of beautiful things to see as you go on a guided tour.
Do you have a favorite part? I mean, you said you've been rolling through the halls there for 38 years. You've seen it once or twice. Is there a part of the building where no matter how many times you've been in there, you come in there and you're still like, wow, this is amazing?
Yeah, the governor's reception room, which is magnificent. It's a ceremonial space, a very important room in the Capitol for the governor, obviously, but also it tells a lot of history. I'm big into the Civil War and Minnesota's involvement in it, and there's some pretty famous paintings that you'll see on display there that, when I was a kid, I saw them in a book that was, a 3 by 5
Yeah.
inch photograph.
Yeah.
When you walk in that room, there are 6 foot by 8 foot paintings.
Wow.
So it's just one of many beautiful rooms. Everyone has a favorite, let's just say.
Well, the inside is stunning, but let's talk about when you're even approaching the Capitol building. From the outside, it's stunning, and you can't help but notice the golden horses atop the building there. Tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about those.
That's the iconic image of the Capitol.
Yeah.
People drive by all the time, and one thing a lot of people don't realize is on every guided tour on nice weather days, won't happen today, unfortunately, with the rain, but we take all the groups up there. All the guided groups go up to see the golden horses. It's a quadriga 4-horse chariot that represents Minnesota's prosperity and progress.
How do you get to that?
You have to climb 63 steps, so
Okay.
You know the exact number.
Because, now you can kind of see from this vantage point that you can sort of walk behind there. There's a
Yes,
path there.
yeah.
We're not just scaling the side of the building.
no,
okay.
absolutely not.
What are people most in awe about when you give these tours? What are people like, wow, when
I think the quadriga, the gold horses,
it?
is kind of the takeaway. But what we tell a lot of folks is, museums and historical societies, sometimes they recreate history. They have people in costume characters and dressed as historical people, whatever it might be. But I tell people, when you come to the Capitol, it's living history. You can see the governor in a press conference. You can see an important piece of legislation being agreed upon or signed, and it really is a part where you can walk in that space that
Yes.
day, and then that night you'll see yourself on the news.
Or-
It's just that type of place.
I even think, too, to think of all of the people who have walked these steps before, all the
Absolutely,
people
yeah.
that have sat in this building before you.
Yeah, there's quite a history, quite a legacy, and it's an honor and a privilege for me to be able to do what I do in that building.
Well, Brian, thank you for doing what you do and continuing its history and sharing that.
How many
with
more
people.
years you got in you there?
Well, let me say, I started a century ago. I'd say a few more years.
We'll have more information about booking a tour at the Capitol on our website at minnesotalive.com.
And if you have an idea on where we should visit for our next must-see museum, email us, minnesotalive@ksdp.com.